Hey y'all, happy Friday. Welcome to ZLS 039. Gonna be a nice chill stream this Friday, I think. Just going through our game engine. Gonna be trying to add some more stuff on, some more capabilities, some more functionality. Loin Girdler, nice to see you again. Hope you're doing well, sir. I assume you're a sir, maybe you're a ma'am. Either way, welcome. Just a reminder before we go anywhere. I made affiliate as of yesterday. I've been officially accepted to the program. So I am doing something where we're going to be taking all money that's sent to ZLS, and we're going to take it, we're going to match it, and we're going to send it to Code Your Future Colombia, which is a pretty cool foundation for creating new junior developers in Colombia, taking them through 6 months of professional courses and getting them set up with the first job as a developer. So really cool cause, really cool stuff. If you want, if you'd prefer to instead contribute directly to them, I'll post a link here. But yeah, if you donate to ZLS, you'll be donating double. So yeah. Anyways, going into what I wanted to try to take a look at today. So I wanted to look at adding some more stuff to the RPG engine. Right now, if we look at it, I kind of got one move at the top and one battle at the top and one battle at the bottom. But each one of my moves so far here requires that the whoever's using the move, again, it's not super clear from this UI right now who's using it or not, but whoever's using it will always select a move, and then they'll always select a unit. And that is probably not always, we're not going to always want this to be the case. I think there's going to be a decent number of times where we'll want just someone to use a move. Like I think the one we'll probably try to code up today is a move where someone will use an ability and it will just give them a buff. Like it'll increase their speed by X amount, we'll say for now. And yeah, so given that, we shouldn't need to have our controller, select the move and then the unit. It should just be they'll select the move, and that should be enough. Like that should be enough for the controller to signal back to the engine, "Hey, I've got what you asked for. Let's move on." So that's kind of the goal here, I think. So I was thinking about this because I wanted to do some interesting moves, and I know it's a huge fallacy of game development to make the game more about the development than about like actually making the game fun. But I don't know. I think adding these kinds of mechanics into the game will legitimately make the game more fun. Ultimately, just because we'll be able to do more interesting things, interesting for the player, not interesting for me. So that's my justification for it. I remember watching some very interesting talks about this from like GDC, the Game Developer Conference. Lots of really cool talks from there. Anyways, the thing that got me interested in this is in one of our original implementations, or one of my previous versions of this game, I tried to do the move disable, which will pretty much you target. If Corbin was using this, he would use the move disable. He'd target a unit that he wanted to disable, and then this other little piece of UI would show up that would kind of ask him which of these moves, which of this unit's moves do you want to disable? And disable would mean they wouldn't be able to use it. So I have. We don't have a way of doing that right now, but I think the best first step is to kind of make the sequence that the controller goes through somewhat dynamic. So let's see if we can try to figure that out. Let's go over to our code. Whoops, wrong way. We're going to say in our engine work, I think we can summarize this by just saying make controller steps dynamic. I think the way well, this may adjust as we go through, but I think what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to add controller steps, almost like a stack. The stack to our move descriptions. So if we look at tackle, for example, this is everything that defines tackle, and there's some helper functions in here. So I guess this isn't everything, but really what this is doing, if we look at a move effect, what a move effect does is it takes one battle and creates a new battle as a result. We're kind of defining the parameters of how that thing should work. And right now we'll see we don't really have anything here to define what the user is going to actually have to select. It's always just by damaging the target. I think that's pretty much everything we have so far. We have damaging the target, and I think on burn we have one other right now, which is applying an aura to the target. So it always assumes we have a target, and we're going to want to change that. And I think looking at our description here, so we have the move effect. I think we'll probably want to attach this to the move description. So if we go into our interface for move description, I believe we're going to want to do something here where it's like, we'll call it controller steps for now. We'll say this is an array of controller step. And go up here a little bit, and we'll define what a controller step is. I'll essentially make it an enum, but I like doing my enums with union types. So we'll do, I think to do the main ones we want now, we'll just have like select a unit. We could do a lot of variations on this if we wanted. I think like we could select a unit, not self, like because it kind of seems silly right now. You can totally tackle yourself, which that doesn't seem right. I don't know how one tackles oneself, but yeah, that we could add stuff like that in. We could add stuff like select a unit, or rather than just any unit, like a hostile unit, something like that. We could also make this so it has some params or some props. I'm totally coming from like an NGRX perspective on this, but I think for now we'll say select a unit as our only step, because that's the only one we'll need for now. Inside of the moves we have, let's go ahead and fix these all, because they're all going to show up as bad right now, because they're all missing their controller steps. So we'll add this one, copy it. We'll just go through all of our moves. And Ember and Burn. There we go. Cool. Let's add a new move while we're here. I don't have any schematics for this stuff yet, so we'll pretty much just copy and paste from something else. We'll use burn here, this move, as our base, because it's pretty much, it's going to be very similar to this. The only difference is rather than having an on or a tick, it's going to have like a stat adjustment. I forget what we called that, but we'll get into it. What's a good name? Probably like haste, right? To make someone faster. Let's call hasten. I don't know. Hasten.move.ts. Take our burn, looking at. I'm actually going to do these side by side. So make things a little bit smaller. Hopefully y'all can still see pretty well. That's good enough. All right. I'm just going to find burn right now to make sure I catch them all. But yeah, let's do hasten. Move effect is going to create a move effect. And the archetype might be a little confusing here. Just because I guess the target, the target, there won't be actually a target. It's just going to be themselves. We'll leave it like this for now, but I'll make a note. Let me actually go to this here. Move effect params and archetype. Okay. Let's put this one. Add naming. Let's make it a to-do, actually. I remember an old IDE of mine had like stuff whenever you had like a to-do comment, it would like catalog those for you. Does VS Code do that? I don't know. I remember always marking things as to do those, so I could take advantage of that. Okay, so for now, we're just going to move past that, left our comment. And we'll let it still energize the unit some. We'll say hasten. Not sure what to use for types. We could do normal. I almost think this is more. What are our different type names again? I'm gonna call this arcane for now. Arcane always seems kind of like time-based stuff to me, so I'm gonna call it arcane. We'll change this to hasten move effect, and there we go. And now we'll have to describe the aura, which hopefully won't be too bad. Hopefully our API will make this easy enough. But let's see. So our archetype is not going to be damaged over time. It's going to be. We'll probably need to actually add the archetype here. So this would just be stat change on self, we'll call it. Let's go into our create aura effect in our params. Okay, so this is the dot param we have right now. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to make a new interface called stat change params. Type is stat change. Is that what we called it? Stat change on self. Shelf. I've been watching. My kids are like obsessed with Elf on the Shelf these days. Anyways, okay, there we go. Stat change on self. And oh yeah, we're gonna have to say this is stat change params. So they'll need a type function. I actually don't know. I guess, no, I don't think this is, maybe I don't even need this actually. I think maybe I can go without it. Yeah, because I don't even need an on aura tick. Let's see. What's the other one I could use for an aura description? I thought I had something in here. Let's go to the actual definition. I think it was clipped. Passive stat effect. There we go. So we'll say, we'll see what this function looks like. Okay, so I don't think this will be that bad. So we'll say passive stat effect. This, go back to this. Whoops. So this will need, okay, so we'll just need to have our units ID and like speed and how much it's going to change by. And for the params, the only pieces we'll need, I think, are the battle and the aura, probably the host too. Yeah, probably the host. All right. I think so. We'll do battle. We'll have the aura ID and the host ID. Host ID. And this will return object. We have the host ID. And that's going to have speed. Battle.units host ID dot I needed my autocomplete, and I'm not sure what these squigglies are for, actually. Let's see if we can find out. There's no call signatures type. This expression is not callable. Huh. Ah, I think we're better now. Let's say this is base attributes dot stats dot speed. It's times 0.1. We're just going to math round this. Math.round. I don't actually know if we need to math.round. I'll leave it in for now. Maybe we. Let me leave a note. Consistent strategy on using math.round. Guess I really didn't need the aura ID. I didn't need the host. I did need the battle. I need that. Oh. Let's change. Oh, we still got some burns. How did I miss this? Paste in. I've got them highlighted and everything. Still missing them. Unless I found them before we tried anything. Types is arcane. And here we go. Paste in. Paste in. Paste in. I don't think I need like starting power or remain power. Those or creation. What does my or creation function look like? Creation function returns an aura. Yeah, those are both optional. I don't need them. Oh, cool. We don't have any stuff for this yet, but I think we probably want this to be turn versus cycle based. Say 2 turns, sure. So there's this concept that that I had of the different types of aura durations in here. I don't think I've explained this yet, but the idea is I have explained in the past the idea behind the zero-based sort of speed system / turn system. So the just of the turn progression system, it will be that if someone has twice as much speed as you, they will receive twice as many turns as you. That's kind of the core of what's going on with here. So the idea for how long an aura should last, I think there's kind of two classes of these things. The first one would be cycle based, which a cycle would be equal to how many units are, I think I use the term, on the board at any given time. So if you have, for example, 9 units that are on the board, then each turn would be a, well, 9 turns would equal a cycle. So assuming that everyone's speed was exactly the same, that would mean everyone got a turn. That's kind of the concept behind the cycle. But there's also this idea. So you could base your how long an aura should last based off that cycle. But I think there's also some cases where we'll want it to be, its duration to be based on like how many turns that one unit gets. So a cast, I think, is a good example of this, where if you're sitting there casting something, it shouldn't matter. Like maybe if you had high speed, that should help your ability to cast that. So if you had high speed, you get your next turn sooner. That means the whole point of the cast is you're doing nothing, but you're kind of charging it up. And at the very end, you like fire something out. So if you can shorten that time from your one turn to the next, that would be advantageous. So that's what we want to incentivize, is to have higher speed, so you can do stuff like that. Or if you want to sacrifice your speed, that there's some penalty to that. So trying to keep those things consistent. I think actually after explaining that, I do want to keep this one as a cycle. So we'll say that it starts at a cycle of 2. No, I did add alerts, Corbin. But thank you for the cheer. I'm sorry. I was busy. I got other stuff to do. And you never, in my defense, you never helped me like you promised. But yeah, I'll ping you about it later. How do you do it? Is it an OBS thing, or is it a stream thing, or a Twitch stream? I don't know. I need to look into that. I've been busy on other stuff, unfortunately. But yeah, it is what it is. Sorry. Sorry, Corbin. That's true. Yeah, fair enough. Fair point. Thanks, man. No, I can totally take it. It's an OBS thing. Okay. Yeah, I really liked using StreamYard. It feels like it's just takes a lot of the pain out of it, like a lot of the jank out of it too, I think. And you don't get as much functionality, but I think there's probably a way I can send StreamYard, like the StreamYard feeds, right to OBS, and then use OBS as like my main controller. So maybe I can still do that. I'll just probably won't be able to see some stuff on the StreamYard view. So I don't know. I'll have to adjust some stuff. But yeah. But thank you, Corbin, so much for the donation. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how much we can get for Code Your Future. So super excited for that. Anyways, okay, going back to this whole thing, I think we've defined our hasten move and our hasten aura sufficiently. We still have to kind of adjust our controller, I think. I don't think we need to actually change the interface for this. So if I go to my battle engine file, I have here, I define my controller interface here. So if we think about this, when someone gets a move, when Corbin gets a move, I'll use you, Corbin, because you're number one, I think, for as in terms of what Twitch says, at least. So anyways, when it's your turn, I think you as a unit would always want to start by using a move. I think it's a question of what you want to do after that. And that's why we kind of added to our tackle and to all of our other moves. For my birthday. Accidentious Crucius. Is that still in here, right? Yep, there it is. Accidental Crucius. Accidentious. Let's change it. I like that better. And this should give us some proper checking on unit name length when we get to actually using it. Nice. Sorry, Crucius. All right. Yeah, but when we went to all of these things, we kind of added it as an extra step to say we wanted to select a unit. And I think when we did hasten, let's go back to hasten, our move. And we actually want to take this out. Oh, yeah, good call. Thank you, Corbin. Let me go back and fix that. Crutch. Should just make that ID a function of the name. I don't have to adjust it several times. I don't know. I don't want to overthink it. All right. Looking at Ember, controller steps, select a unit. Controller steps for hasten, none. I think we're on the right track. I just need to figure out how to adjust our controller. And I think let's jump to our React controller. We made our own file for this last time. I think it's still an app, so it's not in the best place yet. Like ideally this would, I don't know, maybe it'll have its own lib. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything particularly React about it. The more I think about it, like this would just be a player controller, maybe, rather than a React controller. But anyways, when we go to our select move choice, so there's some additional things here that say like select a unit from user and select a move from user. These things I think can stay the same. We're just going to want to adjust like the flow of the select move choice. So right now, we're putting it into select move. I think we always have to do that first, and we'll always have to await getting a move first. But then when we do next state, we're actually going to want to look at the controller steps of the move to let that determine what happens next. So, yeah. Hey, Zendra. RPG's going fun. I hope. A lot of code so far still, not very much UI, but I'm enjoying it. I hope you do too. So yeah, so let's see if we can get access to the move choice here. I think we should be able to. Let's see. When we create the React, well, we might need to add some stuff to be able to create this controller. So we're really not using this, our unit IDs inside of the controller, but I think we'll probably actually need to put the battle in so that we can actually, oh no, well, at least need to put the move descriptions in. We might need to put like a whole lot of this stuff in by the time we get to some really complicated stuff. But let's see. I'm going to try just putting the move descriptions in. Remember, this is like a big library of all the move descriptions we've defined. So we're going to say that's a dictionary indexed by ID. It's going to have move description there. And here, at this point, the controller knows about what the move ID is. And so we'll say constant move description equals move descriptions, getting our dictionary, move ID. So that will get the move description of the move that our player chose. And I think we'll want to do, let's just say like constant choice stack for now equals, and how did we define this? So it's going to be like an array of controller steps. So controller step array. Did I export this? I don't think I did. No, I did. I'll need to export it from our index file. Index. So let me get rid of this here. I think from our move utils, that's where we define this. So we said controller step. Was I in the wrong file? Controllers. Where's controller step? Dang it. Where did we define it? Export type from the battle interface. Okay, let's go back to our index. The engine. That's where I get so cramped when I stream. Hope y'all can still see that. If it's bothersome, let me know. I'm seeing some comments there. I'll address them in just a sec. But let me get this before I lose my train of thought. Controller. Oh no, this is the wrong one too. Battle interface. Oh, it should be exported already, right? Export star. Yeah. Okay. That was a lot of stuff for nothing, I think. First step. Huh. Am I spelling it right? Oh, this is. Oh, that's bad. Oh, let's do this. Paste. Battle. I'm violating NX tenets here, but all right. So our choice stack is a controller step, and we'll say this is equal to our move description. I just spelled this wrong, didn't I? Spelled this one wrong. This is equal to our move description. Controller steps. And I'm going to spread that to make just a copy of it. Cool. Sorry, Zendra, just seeing just seeing these comments. Yeah, it's the code gets crazy, but I actually really enjoy it. Being able to kind of move in this structure, and like I think when we all think about it, we all immediately know, okay, this is what like the RPG battle should be. And it seems, especially the first time I tackled this, trying to make like an engine for it, it seemed like, oh man, this is going to be super easy. But I in the past, I've always done it with a very like imperative approach. So like stepping through and overwriting stuff mutably. And I don't know, man, it just gets into a big ball of mud at some point. It's like, it's paralyzing to go through. So I'm working on this engine that's very immutable. So I think going into your next step here, when you get into saving loading a game, yes. So I'm really trying to do mine right now. Everything's in the browser. Like the whole engine gets shipped off to the browser at the moment. But I would love to be able to have my engine be, I don't know if robust. Robust sounds too grandiose, but for my engine to be like separated enough from its concerns so that we could just take the same exact engine and put it in the backend with like a node, or I'm hoping for a Dino backend actually, to be able to just like have a WebSocket to connect two different people on two different machines into the same battle. And immutability can really help with like the saving and the loading of the game. But I'm just in the battle so far still. I'll probably be in the battle for a while still. But getting to where you actually have progression and stuff, it's like it's a very cool onion, right? Like you have these different layers where the battle is this black box of like self-contained like logic, and then you get out of it. You go into it, you have some results, and then you get out of it, And then you got to like progress your units, give them some XP, maybe give them some other stuff. Like that's a whole other problem, which is kind of fun to think about too. What was the game? It was one of the earlier Square Enix games where there's like very little. It was one of the earlier ones to have very little break between like an actual battle and the top down world. I think it was Chrono Trigger. Is Chrono Cross or Chrono Trigger? But like they would still go into like the mode, right? Where like logically it at least Chrono Trigger. Cool, thank you. But so at least this was the SNES one I'm thinking of. So I think that is Trigger, yeah. But the like conceptually they like tried to remove that break as much as possible. Like because I don't think there was any random encounters. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong. But you'd have a lot of encounters where you just like walk up to someone or they'd see you and you'd go into the battle and it wouldn't break context, right? Like it would just kind of go and you're like, okay, guess we're fighting now. But like you'd have the different UI and the different like the menu based stuff. So it was very smooth though. I really like that. I remember that standing out to me. But yeah. I could geek out about RPG games for a while, I'm sure. Anyways, let's see if we can get back to this. I almost wonder if I will like want to iterate through every choice in the stack and just like wonder if async iterators might be a good thing to reach for here. I'm not sure. I haven't done much with them. But it would be cool. Like that's pretty much what we'd want. We'd want to, for each thing in this stack, I don't think it would even need to be async, right? I don't know. I'll have to Google this. Let's see. So, what I'm looking for is like an async for each, I think. For each. Yes. Okay, I think this is kind of what I want. So I have very similar to this. It's like 1, 2, 3. Mine is just going to be same thing, but I want to do like a for each where I have an asynchronous function so I can await for it to happen. Wait for, yeah. We can solve this by creating our own async for each. Okay. I guess they're just wrapping it in this in like a standard for loop. I guess we can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think for now. Let's see. Zandra says, for a long time, I was planning to have instant speed skills, sorry, and a magic style stack in my RPG. But very recently, I decided to cut that system before implementing any of it. Interesting. Instant speed skills in a magic style stack. That's interesting. I'm not sure if I fully grok like what you're describing, but anytime someone talks about systems, I'm like all ears. So Xandra, I don't know. I was just explaining it. I don't know if you heard about it before, but I'm trying to work on like, so mine's turn-based. I'm trying to do this thing. So this zero-sum speed system. I think it's going to end up looking a lot like Final Fantasy X, where you have like that turn list. I think that was off to the side. You'd see like people adjusting and like moving to the back of the line kind of a deal. But you wouldn't always move all the way to the back of the line. You could kind of cut some people in line if you had more speed. So if you have more speed, you actually get more turns. Is kind of the idea. So I don't know. That's my thing. Anyways, I'll keep moving. I'll keep moving on this. Let's see. We're going to want to do, so we've got our choice stack. I guess if we're just doing this, we probably didn't need to spread it or make a copy. Zandra says, I like speed systems like that. Yeah. Oh, man. There was this clone. There's this clone of Final Fantasy I really liked that was like Lord of the Rings It seems like almost like a cheap movie or a cheap movie game they made for Lord of the Rings because it was out and they had the IP, but it was like pretty much Final Fantasy X. And they did some like interesting mechanics. The only downside was they like completely broke the game at some point where I found out the strategy like halfway through the game that just like insta killed all bosses, where pretty much you just like super buff one character and then they get like a million turns. The instant skills I'm describing are skills you can cast in response. Okay. So almost like the Magic card game where you have like the stack. That's what you're describing, I'm guessing. When you said Magic style. Yeah, I thought you were saying Magic style like like lightning bolt Magic, but you meant Magic the card game. Makes sense. They get a window to respond to. Okay, very much like Magic the Gathering. And then they resolve from last to first, which physically, yep. Got it. My RPG is turn-based as well and takes a lot of mechanics. Yeah, from a lot of RPGs. Cool. That's very cool. Yeah, I think like the Magic stuff there, that is definitely super interesting to work with. I think the one thing, like, I think with my game, I'm just trying to go a bit more simple, because when you do that with the stack and the windows of time to respond to it, it's like this very weird like back and forth. I think that was like one of the things that Magic, they had like this game. I'm not huge on Magic, but I played the game they had on Steam for a while, and I liked it, but it was definitely super confusing to the user. Like I'm sure for people who know Magic very well, it's very natural. But for me, it was always like, wait, no! And like I'd miss that window. I'd be like, oh shoot. So there's that, and this also makes things a lot more complicated in the code and complicated in terms of your mental model. I think, like if you think of my state machine for my game engine, it's pretty like silly, really. Honestly, it's just like get a move, okay, make the move happen. All right, now just turn things a little bit and next move, and then you just keep going like that. But when you get into that stuff with like the Magic stack, that machine, that engine gets super big. So for Magic for skill design, cool. Heavy use of keywords and effects, nice. I do like the keywords system in Magic. I thought that was super cool. I actually did with my company. We have this thing where every now and then we share something we're interested about, like outside of work. So I shared. I'm going to blank his name. Mark Rosenberg. I'm forgetting his name. The head guy behind Magic. He had this great talk at GDC. That was like 30 years of Magic, and he mentioned like the keywords and effects, and like just a lot of interesting stuff about human psychology in there. That was an amazing talk. Let me see if I can find it. I'll put the link in there because I think everyone should go watch this. Let's go to YouTube, and I think it's just called 30 Years of Magic. Yeah, you've heard it. Cool. This is not 30 Years of Magic. Was it not 30? Was it 20? It was 20. 20. There it is. Cool. I'll throw this link here in the chat. Nice. Zendra, I feel like you're this kindred spirit because I'm very much the same way. I love that crap. So cool. Let me link this. So if anyone's super interested, I guess they could go type that into their browser if you're watching on YouTube later. Started getting into board game design. Cool. Yeah. I've had this thought for a while. Hub-based roguelikes like Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, I think you're probably right on that. So I've actually had a similar thought before, which is I think at their core, a lot of these games have a lot in common, and I think there's like a lot of potential to build this like engine Like I always go to engines, I guess. But I don't think it would look very much like this. But it would be something like a way that you could easily make some sort of turn-based thing or a board game. Excuse me, where you could like easily sync up different clients to each other via backend. Like you could write most of that code once and then reuse most of it. And then if you could just have like the logic on top of that for the actual board game and be able to plug that in, like Candyland, sure. Monopoly, sure. And then I know these are like the I don't know, the kiddie board games. But yeah, I think it wouldn't be that much different to take that to like, you know, Ticket to Ride or some of these other more interesting games, I think. So, but yeah, definitely a good place to find inspiration. Absolutely. All right, let's see if I can actually get through this choice stack here. Let's see. Let's just do like we were seeing in there. I don't really need the choice stack. We can just use the move description controller steps. We'll say for each. No, not for each. For constant controller step of move description dot controller steps, and we'll say, I guess we probably want to do like a switch here, a switch that's only going to have one for our controller step. We're going to have case right now, which is just this, and we'll move this into here. Yeah, let's do that. I think we actually will want to change some of our interface as I'm looking at this. Let's do this. And I'm going to break afterwards. This is like the one way I don't like prettier formatting. I kind of like having the break being right there. I can live with that. That's the only controller step we have defined right now, is just select a unit. The issue is right now, okay, yeah, with the controller state.next, we're going to want to adjust this a little bit. Let's see. So we want our select move choice to always return, looking at the React controller. Oh, it's not, it just looks super pretty. Right now, we always wanted to do a promise of a move ID and optionally some target IDs. So how are we going to do that? Let's think. I do like a let outside that would like let us push stuff onto a stack here. I guess that would work. It's getting a little imperative for my taste. Let's see. Zendra says, I've been using the go.engine. It's pretty nice to work with. Cool. I'm not familiar with that at all. So I wouldn't know anything about it. The way I have set it up, the Battle Engine, Battle UI doesn't ever tell units what to do. It just controls. Oh, cool. It's interesting. Cool. Okay. Let's see. For now, let's just do this. Let's have just let target ID. We can make it constant since it's an array, and we'll just push onto it. Target IDs is a string array. Make it an empty array. After this, we'll push it onto the target IDs. Push unit ID. Out the end. Do like so. And do like so. Cool. I think I'm spotting a bug here too. Let's see. Controller state. No, we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Let's see if this works. I've actually like I'm at that point where I'm like, if this worked, I'd be suspicious, but we'll see. Yeah, Zendra, you'll have to explain that because I don't know I'm kind of like letting it process in the subconscious. I'm not really getting. Maybe if I guess is yours. So you said yours is turn based, right? Just controls what unit is currently acting. Does it ever tell units what to do? All the logic for the skills is contained inside the skill itself. And the logic for use is inside the unit. Okay. Yeah, I think that's very similar to like one of my earlier iterations of this, where I got frustrated eventually. So I don't know. Maybe you're better at managing those things than I am. But yeah. So the way I have it, I'm trying to break things out, functionality from data. Like those are the big things for me. So like the moves I'm describing, like hasten would never actually belong to a unit. The battle engine would know like to join them, to know that this unit is coming into the battle with this move. There's probably some background you're missing on my game too, which is I'm trying to cross Final Fantasy X really with Pokemon. So you come in with a very limited move set. You only have 4 moves, but you get to choose a different 4 moves each battle. Or I don't know how that will work well, but hopefully find a way to get that to work well, where it makes it very cerebral. You're very much thinking about these things and like what move set you want to come in with. So yeah, that's part of that. But yeah, and I think that lends itself to doing it the way I'm describing too, as opposed to like if you have a really large skill book, that might be easier to just put on the unit. So maybe yeah. The unit has all the skill objects inside of it, and it uses generic execute. Okay, cool. So the API is very small. You're just calling execute every time. I definitely like that. Very nice. All right, let's see if this works. Well, it did fall on its face already. I'm going to have the console open. Let me put this underneath. I like having the console vertically stacked. I like looking at sources horizontally though, or not sources, elements. Anyways, let's see if we can do this. I'm going to need to add hasten to one of my moves. I think that I did that all in battle tsx file here. So we're saying battle engine, create battle engine. I'm going to get rid of Zach's tackle and give him hasten instead. I think Corbin goes first. Let me give it to Corbin too. Or Crutchius. I'm sorry, Corbin, if you're listening still. I've totally forgot to create a character for Adam yesterday. Well, I'll have to contact him about that. Fortunately, I work with Adam, so. Oh, you got some new comments here from Zendra. Let's see. A lot of my stuff is done specifically to make it easier to work with and create new content, because it's already well over 100 skills in just the product. Dang, that's impressive. On launch, I'd expect to be similar in size to the card game initial set, around 300 to 400 skills. We brought him back. Oh no. Xcode. Why are you in Xcode? It's got to be iOS stuff, I'm guessing. Maybe not. That's interesting. So the thing about Magic that I think they actually figured out is like the format, right? Like there's standard where you kind of have these. You have like your skills. Like 300 to 400, I think it's about 300 to 400 cards in standard at a time. I don't know. I'm not a Magic player, so I wouldn't know it very well. But the mechanics that I do understand of it is like you have the or sliding window where every year I think it slides a little bit to move some cards out of standard and some new cards into standard, and sometimes they recycle some old cards into the standard again. And that seems super cool in terms of like keeping the game fresh over 25 years. I guess that's. When was this talk? It's got to be at least 5 years old, right? Got to be at least. Oh no, it's 4 years old. Okay, so they're getting up there. But yeah, Gitch Sark, iOS baby, nice. Very cool, man. Getting GitLib to build for iOS. Nice. Nice, man. Yeah, sometime you'll have to come on the show and just show that off when you're ready to launch Corbin. That'd be cool. That would be actually weird to do. How would you do that? Would you like share an emulator? Is that how you? I don't even know if you're making content for that actually. But let's see if we can churn. And no, that broke. That's okay. Let's see. Like I said, I would have been wary if that worked. Oh, yep. I haven't added this to our lib yet. This is why I might want a schematic. But let's see. Where am I importing our move descriptions from and our order descriptions? Because I'll need to add both of those to here. So I'm going to say here we're going to have hasten.id, hasten, and the hasten order description. Nope, not that one. Order description.id. Hasten order description. All right. See, that fixes stuff. If only Xcode would agree. Oh, nice. I'll have to. I feel like I've been streaming so much, Corbin. I don't have any time to watch anyone else's, so I apologize. I'll have to check them out though. If you have a good one, send me the link so I can check it out. If you had one you'd recommend. All right, let's try it. We got hasten here. All right, we didn't blow up, but we do have an error. Conf read controller steps of undefined. Let's see what that's about. Move description dot controller steps. All right, something about this it don't like. Let's see. Let's put a breakpoint here and we'll retry that. See what's going on. So we'll use churn. We're waiting for it. And let me put one down here just so we can step afterwards. So I'm going to hasten. Now move descriptions. Oh, move descriptions is an array. Why is our move descriptions an array? Who did that? Yeah, that makes sense why that wouldn't work. Where is move descriptions coming from? Oh, I passed it in. It was me. Of course. All right, let's see where we're calling that. I'm sure it's just, I remember I changed the parameters for this function and I never adjusted it. But I like doing this where I let my browser test the stuff for me. Okay, cool. So, I don't have scope to it yet. Let's just do this for now. I don't like this, but we're going to do it. Set move descriptions. We'll add our move descriptions into our closure here. So we'll say this is like so. It's nothing. Let paste move descriptions. And we'll say equals an empty dictionary for now. And we can get rid of the param. And finally, the piece de resistance. Boom. That's not what I wanted. Move descriptions. All right, let's just call this descriptions. Yeah, move descriptions equals descriptions. I made a colon here. So it reads a little bit better. All right, now. Oh, cool. Saturdays are hard, but we'll see. Yeah, it's Corbin. Can you send your link? Your link if you can, so that people can watch you play Mario Sunshine. Uh, Normally, I'd be looking forward to that, but I've got stuff this afternoon. Anyways, let's see if we can get this to work. Going to wait. Let's try refreshing. Let's churn. Where are these breakpoints coming from? I guess it's because I messed with the file, huh? Let's hit that. Yeah, do it, man. There you go. Everyone, check out Corbin. Follow him if you're not. He's cool. He gives me bits. I'm still not quite sure what bits are, but he's very generous about that. So thank you, Corbin. He's probably more fun than me too. He'll play Super Mario Sunshine instead of just only doing code ever, because I don't know. I'm just a curmudgeon that way. Let's see. What's breaking down here? Still doesn't like this. Let's try that. Refresh and see how this goes. Churn. Maybe I still haven't set this up right. Oh, yes. I set up my set thing, but I never called it. Let's call it. Let's find all references. Go to where we call it. Yeah. I'm surprised it was even compiled. All this like so. I think I'll probably be doing like committing some React sin when I'm doing this, because I'd be setting it every time. I guess that's not the worst thing in the world to do, but I definitely don't need to set it every time. It would be nice to figure out how to only set it once. But anyways, we'll say set move descriptions, not Emmet. Stop. Battle engine dot current dot dot. Yeah. All right. Now things should work. Famous last words. Refresh. I know. Emmet. I don't know what this means. Corbin. Wait. Did you just give me more bits? I'm so confused. Thank you, though. Fix that. Okay. Let's see if we can churn. Hasten. All right. It's here now. We should be getting past that error at least. Check for deaths after move. Okay. Things are progressing, but I don't think the move actually did what it was supposed to do. We should see something below Corbin right now to see his hasten buff, and I don't see it. Let me churn a couple more times. Oh no, we broke. We broke. Okay, we got something bad here. Let's find out. Okay. So we bonked here. Let's put a breakpoint like right there. Hopefully this will work. Let's restart it and try it again. Churn, hasten. Let's get rid of this one. Next. And okay. Yeah, something's breaking here. I never hit my breakpoint. Wait, let's try putting that here. Churn, hasten. Still not hitting it. Now I'm hitting it. Battle is undefined. Wonder if I didn't set this up properly. What's my call stack look like? Looks like the battle should be defined. It's odd. There's the Haston. That's wrong. Well, I don't even. I don't know. Something about that's wrong. Let's see. Let me just make sure. Hard refresh. I'm going to burn Zach this time instead. That does what I expect. This side actually. This is what I expect. It puts the aura on Zach, at least as far as the UI is concerned. Should that be? Yes, I think it should, Corbin, but I'm not. I'm not super confident on how that all works still. So I'm still grabbing that. And yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was committing some React sin. That's exactly what I was thinking, and I don't need to, but it's also not going to break anything if I do. So that's kind of where I'm at now. But let me at least add the comments since you brought it up. Needs to be in a use effect. If it's super simple, let me know, and I'll change it right now. But still getting used to React. So yeah, I guess I could make an observable of that actually. Nah, not right now. Let's try. Let me try to at least figure out this bug. Figure out why Corbin's not hastening himself. Let's do that by going into. Let's go into the source. I'm going to break the rule I just said, where I like to have my sources below. But I'm going to go into the battle engine. I'm going to set a breakpoint in here to make sure. Let me make this even bigger. It's still plenty readable, I think. We're going to want to do a breakpoint in here to await right there. And I think that might, stepping through that might show what's happening. Okay, so battle after move, we're going to take our move description so we can see hasten right there. We're going to call move effect. We're going to break there and zoom to it, and then I'm going to step in. Apply aura to a target. Okay. I guess I need to have a different archetype here. That's super similar. It's just, it's not going to a target because it's definitely trying to do it to a target right now, which is definitely undefined. That's my issue, I'm pretty sure. Let me try, what file is this in? This is in move utils functions. Let's go there. Move utils functions. And let's see. All right, move effect params. We'll add another archetype to this list. Archetype is apply aura to performer. And aura description. B is a string. Energize function, sure, why not? Let's just copy these two things over. Sometimes we may want to energize our unit as a result of using the move. Other times we may want to cost them energy, or sometimes neither. So that's a whole thing. Let me go into this. So I'll want to go into my hasten. I'll need to adjust that quick. So we're going to say it has Passive. Oh, hang on. Hasten really shouldn't have a hasten move effect. Wait, or a hasten aura effect at all, should it? Let's see. Create. Where all is this used? Just here. Create move effect. Oh, it's not here at all, is it? It's going to be in our move effect. That's right. Makes sense that I'm in the move utils function, doesn't it? So what did I call this one? I called it apply. Where did that interface go? Apply aura to performer. Apply aura to performer. There we go. That's all we need. Well, that's not all we need. We also need to add something to the switch case, but it should be super similar, almost to the point where I feel like I should collapse some of this into a function. But for now, I'm going to I'm just going to add the case, add the comment here to do consider writing function to reduce code duplication. Voila. Syntax for switch statements always is like a little shaky for me too. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. But I think I'm right here. Performer. And there we go. Don't actually care about target IDs because I know I won't have any. Target IDs. I think here I would just put the performer ID as well as the performer ID here. Or no, I think this would actually be empty. I think this would legitimately be empty because this is like the target of the aura. So this would be like in that situation where I'm casting something I'm going to send at someone. That's where the target would go. I think that would just be empty regardless. And energize unit. What does this do? Target IDs. And here we'll just have an empty array. Rather like so. Okay. Now let's see if this works. Let's play and refresh. Churn, hasten. Battle after move. Step over, step in. Apply. Okay, so we're in this piece of the code. We don't have any targets. I think we're good. Let me try hitting the play. There it is. Corbin. You have been hastened, sir. Congratulations. We did it. We did it, y'all. Look at this. Let me add one more thing to this. How much time? I'm over 15 minutes. All right. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to try. We're in bad UI state here still. Like this is still clearly like a test bed almost. One weakness being hastened. Nice. We're in bad UI here anyways. So I'm gonna try doing this. I'm gonna try to do like a pre just like this with the JSON and showing for this given unit their actual effective stats. I'm gonna see if I can make this happen. Because I want to make sure here, and I'd prefer to not, I'm sure I could do it with like the debugging tools, but I'd prefer not to have to mess with those for a lot of stuff. I want to be able to see and make sure that Corbin's effective stats have been changed as a result of this aura being added. Because he should now have, I still got to figure out this. This should not be on here, but it's not going to hurt anything. But Corbin should now have his speed effectively buffed by 10%. So I'm going to want to check and make sure that happened. So let's go to unit.tsx. I'm going to want to go to There's a place where I have like effective stats. Let me just search the code base for that. Effective stats. Okay. Let's just try exporting this. This is really just, I need to like separate my libs better. Right now, everything's coming from engine when it shouldn't. Like there should be, well, maybe this belongs in engine. It's kind of engine related stats, but it's pretty much like, no, I guess it's not a monad. Kind of is, maybe. It's really a monad on the battle engine, but I'm breaking out some stuff to only the pieces I actually need of it. But let me go into there. Let's make sure. Oh, I guess I can just do the hacky thing I did before where I just import it anyways. Let's do that. Import memoized from, where are we here? So we're in // slash. Okay, here we go. Engine source / lib / calculated. There you go. All right. And for this unit, let's see. How am I doing things? There's their name. Here's their health. And under here, oh, there's their energy. Let me just do this, just to make it very clear. Energy, health. Name. All right. And this would be their auras. I'll do auras. And that. Then I'll also do a pre here. So this pre should always be there. Looks like you put it inside of a div. Div. Look at it, 3. Effective stats. We'll want to do in here, so we'll want to go to our memoized, pass in our, what did we call this? Our battle state dot, oh goodness. Oh, there we go. This is the first param. This is why I like name param. This is like the one place I didn't do it. And of course, it's coming up, battle. This one is battle state.aura. Next one is our random number generator. I don't think I ever exposed that. I don't think I need one either. Let me just do generate 0. Close it. All right, so that should give us calculated unit stats. That's for everyone, so I just want to get the ones for the unit ID. So I just put in unit.id, I guess. Let's see. Let's see if I'm getting used to this enough for that to make sense. No, that did not work. Not in the slightest. Let's see. Objects are not valid as React child. Object. Oh, yes. I totally meant to render these, not actually pass them through. All right, so I wanted JSON.stringify that as my first param, then a null, and then a 2. Okay. We've got stats, y'all. Let's try now. Definitely getting a little busy on screen. That's gonna be one of the interesting things about this game, I think. Like there's a lot of information and a lot of it's like pretty relevant. So yeah, coming along pretty good. Well, we'll see. Well, I gotta make sure you're hastened, Corbin. If not, it's all for naught. But no, it's not all for naught. I will know that I didn't hasten you when I should have. So that will be a significant improvement. But let's see. Let's try that. Let's try that. Say churn, hasten, play. Play again. Play again. Doubt. Well, your speed's right. Your speed is right, sir. We did it. Your speed is increased by 10%. You have no attack anymore, though. So, yeah. Deal with it. Let's see if we can fix that. Interesting. Let's just rerun that and see. Actually pay attention to where those breakpoints happened and what they did. Let's churn, hasten, and so we're in our battle engine function. We've determined the battle after the move. So we'll go ahead and let our engine state go to the next state. And I'll just hit play here for that. There it is. Get rid of some of these breakpoints actually as we go, because this is no longer interesting, I don't believe, to where the problem is, at least. Passive stat effect. Okay. I think this should be okay. Let me go. I'm in the call stack. Where am I here? Calculated unit stats. Okay. So this stuff is all set. Let me put a breakpoint here, because I don't think my other one is really that interesting. Let's go back up top and remove this one. And we'll play. We'll catch it on the outside and see what came of this. Stat changes. So it's correctly identifying that Corbin's speed should have adjusted by +10. Return apply. Let's step into that. Apply is going to take our unit stats and our effect stats. It's got to be in here where the issue is happening, because only Corbin's stats were being wiped out. We should say that. Okay. This needs to be like this. There needs to be another ternary here. Or just an or 0 there, I guess. I think that's the issue. Let's do that. Because so sometimes for Corbin's case, he actually did have effect stats for him, but only for speed. So it's still trying to add these up, adding undefined. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. Let's go to calculate stats. Let's calculate unit stats, line calculate unit stats 10. And we'll put this in parens. Say that or 0. Thanks for coming by, Corbin. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much for the bits, sir. And I promise I'll ping you sometime about helping me set that up or figure out how to do it myself. One of the two. Thanks, man. Best of luck later today with Super Mario Sunshine. All right. There we go. Let's see if this worked. And then if this works, we'll end it here. Let's see. Refresh. I'm going to remove the breakpoints. That's how confident I am. Churn, hasten, remove them all. Don't need them anymore. It's going to work. Yes, it worked. Corbin has been hastened. I've been unaffected. And information on that aura is here. We did it, y'all. Sweet. Thanks, y'all, for coming by. It's been a fun Friday. It's been a fun week doing game dev. I've enjoyed it. Next week, we've got Super Die on Monday. She's supposed to be here on Thursday, but things happen. Sometimes things happen and you got to reschedule. So super excited to have her on Monday. We've got a couple more guests that I'm not going to announce yet. I'll announce them on Monday on Twitter. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun, and we'll fill the cracks with some more game dev. I'll probably be working on this in my spare time too. I've been debating. There's been a couple times where I've been like, maybe I should just fire up the stream completely impromptu, like at night when I got some time, or over the weekend. So I may try to do that. But yeah, if you're listening, y'all, have a great weekend. Be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. Do things you enjoy with people you enjoy. And yeah, y'all have a great weekend. Bye. Oh, let's hit the cheddar on the way out.